Now I know I wasn't the only one that as soon as the album started and I heard all that dunda 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 that I wasn't like, oh, God bless the dead, but are we conjuring? Is this the conjuring? Okay, I didn't come here for no seance. You better put the Ouija board down. What's good, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me again on this channel. My name is Brendan, aka 20 Days of June, and if you click this video, you kind of know what we're getting into. We're doing a think tank, and I haven't done a think tank in a long time, so I'm very excited to be able to do one here with you guys. What think tank usually is when I take a bunch of topics that have been going on in media, albums, whatever, and I'm just giving you the real as to how I feel about it. Giving you the real, giving you the raw, and we just gonna get into it. Today we have three topics. We have Kanye's Donda album, which finally dropped. We have Drake's CLB album cover, because that's coming out this Friday, which I'll be back to talk about. And we've got Kendrick Lamar's new song, Family Ties, with Baby Keem. So, if you're interested, let's get into it. Let's go. Let's start off with Donda, because it's been a long time coming for Kanye to finally drop Donda. And of course, it doesn't come without its fair share of Kanye antics, which is part of the problem, because we've been watching Kanye live in stadiums and leak Drake's address, and they're just acting like the Real Housewives of Calabasas, and it's so much drama, right, over these albums. So that created an expectation in my mind that Kanye is gonna come with the next greatest album in the history of Kanye albums. And of course, as soon as the album officially drops, Kanye says, "Oh, Universal leaked my album without my permission." Oh, okay, well, that might be karma from Tiana Taylor, let's call that what it is. But I doubt that happened, because Kanye did this last time with Pablo, where then he comes out and he puts out 1,000 different versions of each record. And it's like, baby, you gotta pick one, all right? I don't know which one of Father's Stretch My Hands I wanna listen to. I don't know, all right? I just want one. I don't want 12, I want one. And Kanye doesn't know which one to give us, so he gives us way too much music. So when I look at the track list and I see that this album is an hour and 48 minutes long, when albums today are usually about 48 minutes long, no, that's my first thought is no, because it's too much. It's way too much. Kanye has to learn how to trim the fat off of these albums. If he can't learn how to do that, then that's going to be a problem going forward, because it's a problem now. It's too much. It's too much for the consumer. It's too much music. And although it works out in his favor for streaming, there's a big difference between being Hove and Chris Brown. See what I mean? So he's gonna have to quality over quantity it eventually, or now. My second problem, the track list. There is no reason why I'm looking through a Kanye West track list and I don't see every artist who is featured. Kanye, we know, okay, we know that every single artist plays a part. These are collaborative efforts, Kanye. You put your name on it because of your platform, because of your star power, because of your magnetism. But when it comes to the Kanye projects, yes, he has a sound. Yes, he has it built. But there's a lot of Diddy in Kanye where these are big collaborative projects. I would have loved to have seen Kanye's name next to Fabio's, next to Baby's. We're gonna talk about Fabio in a second, because Fabio went dumb. But instead, every track just says, this, Kanye West, Kanye West, Kanye West. And that's intentional. It feels intentional to me, because it feels like Kanye once again reaching to hide his influences for credit. So before I even click the album, I am already annoyed. All right, I've seen you flying around stadiums like you're Beyonce in the I Am Sasha Fierce tour, or and sitting at the top of stadiums during games like you're fucking Frieza, and all this is going on. And yet now I get to play track one, and you're telling me I have to sign up for an hour of it? I'm not. And this is from someone who Kanye changed my life with this right here, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And I had been a big fan of Kanye long before My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, but it was this right here that took a depressed 16-year-old and made him feel understood. So I will always have an emotional bond to Kanye through the bullshit, all right? I needed Kanye and he was there for me. But here's where the problem comes in. This album to me just sounds like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Universe. Okay, it's like we're going back to the same planet with weird Catholic church imagery and subtly demonic. And yeah, there are bright spots, but all the Kanye pieces of the album seem redundant. It seems like with Kanye, we're constantly going back to the same shit. Even if he brings up God, it's the same shit. And that is coming to a place where it's like, all right, although this album's gonna do well, of course the album's gonna do well, duh, because it's not about the quality of the album, it's about your star power and if you can get people to click it. Kanye's very clickable, so the album will read as successful literally just based off of the stadium tour alone, all the clips that we've seen of the stadium tour alone, Kanye's name, and the Drake beef. those things are gonna make people wanna go and listen to the Kanye album. And that's gonna create a great first week. But none of that has to do with critical reception. And a lot of people try to act like their first week sales are the same as it used to mean. It just doesn't. Kanye will have the #1 album, but that doesn't mean that this album has any longevity or replay value or any of the other things. But now let's talk about the positives. Kanye is as good as his influences, and he picked some really good influences this time. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Kanye has always needed a muse. Always. Back during the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy era, it was good Fridays, it was good music, it was that rap that was really fueling him at the time, which I loved. That's what made me feel like this guy is the next guy. That's what made a lot of people feel that way. Him pairing the Kanye thing with rap. And then it was also his Amber breakup that kind of fueled it, the anger in it. And then it was him and Ross. And then it was him and Cudi before that. And it's him and Travis after that. And him and Daft Punk for Yeezus. And him and Virgil for Yeezy. Kanye is constantly using the life force of another artist. And I know that sounds pretty bad and predatory, but it is pretty bad and predatory. And this album seemed to have so many influences that it just seems like Kanye noise. I loved what Fabio did. I loved the correlation between Kanye and drill, because drill being originally a Chicago influence, of course Kanye is gonna love drill drums, but he did this with Designer last time. He did it with Designer. He literally took Panda. So it's kind of like, I'm starting to feel like maybe Kanye's best days are behind him. And if that's fine, then we need to start to look at Kanye in that lens, rather than continuing to look at Kanye to push the envelope. Because I don't feel like the envelope was pushed with this album. I feel like we just went right back there, and that's nice. But as somebody who's not going to the shows, I'm not participating in the spectacle, it seems like this was just mundanity from Kanye wrapped up in a lot of kerfuffle, right? He's able to put together a big spectacle, but for what? And I don't really know how to feel about that. It was really good to hear Kanye and Hove together on Jail. I tweeted a tweet that got a lot of traction that basically just all I was saying was I would have loved to have heard Nicki on the album, because I feel like Kanye and Nicki made magic together when the Monsterverse came out. But a lot of people don't realize that Kanye embraced Nicki Minaj out of fear. That's what he said. Nicki Minaj has the potential to be the biggest rapper out of all of us. We're all sitting here fighting for the crown. Look what she can do. So he put his arm around her because he can't fight a girl. But Kanye wants to fight Drake because Drake is the artist of the decade and might be the artist of next decade. And he doesn't know what to do with that because Kanye was supposed to be the artist of the decade. And people have to understand that Kanye just has this thing with artists where he wants to be the best one. So he uses them a lot. He uses them a lot. And that's what this album felt like to me. And I enjoyed everybody that came to the Kanye album with that hunger. I don't feel like Jay-Z needed to. I feel like this was Jay-Z saying, I don't know, maybe the throne is back, maybe, huh? I don't know. And it also felt really good to hear Jay-Z in that rapper light again, because Jay-Z just has something that it's not expiring. But Kanye's is. And we don't have to act like that's not what's happening. There's a shelf life on Kanye. That's what this has taught me, is that Kanye West absolutely has a shelf life. And I think we'll be nearing the end of it sooner than maybe we want to admit. But that's the game. That's the way the cookie crumbles. That, time waits for no one. We have to keep moving. And I think the pain from Kanye will come not this week, but it's going to come next week when CLB drops and everybody forgets that all of this happened. The only people that are really liking Kanye music like that are the people that are nostalgic about it, like me, and the people who just enjoy Kanye. But I don't feel like any new fans are going to go to this album and think that this was the one. I just don't. I feel like this will be a time where Kanye has put in a year of work, a year plus whatever, and it'll be here today, gone tomorrow. He blew his load, and now here's gonna come Drake, and now look. And he's gonna be pissed. So we're gonna see how that goes. It's very interesting. As far as him taking Soulja Boy off the album and X, Y, and Z, who cares? Like, all this stuff surrounding Kanye is just literal wrapping paper to wrap up the fact that Kanye, this is his best effort now. This album is all that he had left in the tank, and it sounds just like the things we've had before. What does that tell us? So I don't know where we're going, Kanye, but we can't stay here. Next, we're gonna talk about the CLB cover, because Drake and Kanye have been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And now all of a sudden, boom, right after Kanye announces he's gonna release, then Drake says, okay, well then I'm going next. Which, that's cool. It's good to hear another Drake album. I feel like I was way more excited for another Drake album before all of this happened. Now let me tell you why I might be a little bit not excited for this Drake album, is that I feel like Drake is over a year late on CLB. And because Drake is over a year late on CLB, he's given us so many records, like the demo tapes from last year, which and all these Lucy's that we really love. And although, yeah, we're probably still gonna get Drake records that we love, this album to me is feeling like a pop Drake rollout. I feel like Drake has a number he wants to do. He has projections he wants to hit. He has a world tour he plans on going on. This is not going to be the Drake album that might be full of the rap that will advance Drake in that way. I feel like this will be a lot like Maybe Views, and that's fine because it's still gonna be good. And of course, Drake is never gonna come out without a heater, without a smoker. But I do feel like there is a possibility, like, come on. The album cover's ass. I don't care if it's Damien Hirst, it's ass. I could have made that in this room, and if I made it and he tagged me, y'all will be hitting me up telling me it's ass. It's bad. The cover's just bad. I get it. Certified lover boy, everybody's pregnant, but the use of emojis in permanent art is just really tacky. I don't like it. And maybe that's what makes it iconic, is the fact that I'm repulsed to it, because I felt that way about the Summer Walker Over It album cover. I was like, what is she doing? But now it makes sense. So maybe this will make sense, but y'all aren't gonna attach the fact that Damien Hirst did it to make me feel like, oh, well, because it's Damien Hirst, like I don't give a fuck. I don't know, it's garbage. So I'm already like strike one. And now the merch with the lyrics on it already, it's kind of starting to make me feel like maybe our best artists from that decade have given already. Like, what if there's nothing new to offer? What are we gonna do if they don't have anything else to give us? What if they can only give us relationship lyrics from Drake, white church music from Kanye? What do we do? Because this has taken down my anticipation for CLB, because I'm feeling the mainstream of it all. So I'm hoping that Drake can balance the two, because Drake's got like 3 careers. He's got to be like Michael Jackson, but he's also got to be Hove, and then he's also got to like find the middle ground between the two. I guess we'll see. I'm just saying that the antics have really taken down how I felt about this entire thing. So you let me know if you're excited for CLB, because CLB to me might just be a little bit head ass for me. I might wait for the next tape. I like the Drake talk. I like the Scene Green verse. I like the Lemon Pepper freestyle. I like those, right? But we got those. So I think that Drake is planning on hitting some numbers, and there will be some big records that hit everybody. But in that comes a little bit of corn. And I feel like the corn will be present, unfortunately. Last but not least, what I really came here to talk about is Kendrick, because Kendrick cleared the room. Okay, we've been sitting here and we've been talking all, oh my God, Drake versus Kanye. Oh my God, who's gonna get shot? Oh my God, did he fuck Kim? Like, who cares? Who cares, bro? Who cares? Because I really feel like the anticipation for these albums might actually outweigh the actual albums at the end of the day. And something tells me that Kendrick Lamar has sat back and he has watched this and he has tried to tell himself how much none of this matters. Oh, it's fine that they're going between who's number 1 and number 2. Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's cool. Oh, no, it's fine. I have no ego. You know what I mean? That's whatever. The problem, Kendrick Lamar, is that I know that you are something that the other two may or may not be. Drake's very competitive. Don't get me wrong. When Drake sounded that Trippie Redd song, "Ye ain't changing shit for me, it's set in stone." Okay, he means that. It is what it is now. CLB, the ball is rolling. All the money has been exchanged between the companies. We have to get this album out. This is business, right? Because COVID has fucked the business. This is business. I don't even have time for this. And that's what Drake meant. But Kendrick, oh, Kendrick. I can see Kendrick now. I can see Kendrick just getting madder and madder and madder at the fact that people think that they're better than him. Because Kendrick is not coming out right now with lyrics just about women, like relatable lyrics about how many dates you went on, or like the girls you trick off on. And like, Kendrick don't want to do that. That's not what he's about. Kendrick is coming back to show everybody that he's the best rapper available. I don't need no gimmick. I'm not trying to do all that. Although he's a creative genius and a visual artist out of this planet, he doesn't bank on that. Kendrick doesn't. Kendrick banks on exactly what he did here: making music, going dumb on records. Lyrical exercise. Baby Keem is TDE, and this is Baby Keem's song, but hey, guess what? It's Kendrick's, okay? And Baby Keem did a great job. I like when he said, "And niggas wanna play both sides. It's a red dot. Don't get on the wrong red eye. It's a headshot. Damien Kane." That's fire. Like, Baby Keem is right underneath that umbrella, which is good to see them groom the next guys underneath them in hip hop. But what Kendrick is doing and what Kanye is doing in this regard are just two different things to me. What Kendrick is doing is using his platform to put on or it elevates an artist that he has invested in rather than saying, hey, there's this guy with a sound that I need because I hear it and I'm afraid of it, so let me put it on my album and act like it's mine. There's a big difference. Drake also has put on a lot of guys from OVO, but none of them that seem to do what Drake does. Right? Baby Keem is a lyrical exercise artist. He's very smart, just like Kendrick, and that's why they're able to work together and pour into each other in the way that Cole has with his Dreamville artists, and he has with Jid, and he has with people who can rap with him. So they're with him. All right, he doesn't have to keep them back behind him, which is what Drake meant when he said, I could never have a Virgil in my circle and hold him back because he makes me nervous. It's a difference. But anyway, not about Kanye. So we're here to talk about why Kendrick Lamar came out after the first time that we've heard him in years talking about, I'm smoking on your top 5. Because Kendrick is mad. All these antics have just made Kendrick mad. No, we don't want to hear any more about who's the best between people who aren't even going as hard, between two people who have access to corporate machines and all this other hoopla, all right? And this is coming from somebody who loves Drake. But right now, we're about to get mainstream Drake. All right, we're not about to get Drake who's coming out going dumb and shooting. My favorite Drake. Kendrick Lamar doesn't have that segment between Kendrick who's shooting and Kendrick who's mainstream. Kendrick can shoot and be mainstream at the same time. Drake doesn't have that luxury, and Kanye doesn't shoot like that. I am the Omega, PG Lang, Rolly Gang, SIE, don't you address me unless it's with 4 letters. I thought you'd known better. I've been ducking the pandemic. I've been ducking the social gimmicks. I've been ducking the overnight activists, yeah. Kendrick was socially conscious into Pimp a Butterfly. Kendrick has so much socially conscious and black music that it probably is offensive to see everything that he has actually invested in as an artist, everything that he's felt through these albums, through making songs like The Blacker the Berry and We Gon' Be Alright, those songs that are just like ancestral. Kendrick has done that. And probably to watch the BLM thing become so TM is probably just so upsetting because he really meant it and he dedicated his life and his art to it. So it's good to hear him address that. And I can imagine that turning him off because it's like, this is not real. This doesn't come from a real place. I'm not a trending topic. I'm a prophet. I answer to Metatron and Gabriel. Now, I believe in this stuff. Low-key, not low-key, but high-key. I felt the same way when Jay-Z said, I was born on the same day Fred Hampton died. Real niggas don't die, they multiply. On the song off of Judas and the Black Messiah with Nipsey Hussle. What It Feels Like, I believe. And that is about these rappers knowing who they are, who they invoke, what their job is to society, what their job is to us as a people. I'm not saying that Kendrick Lamar is exactly these prophets, but I'm saying that it's very real that if he's bringing these people up in his art, then that's really what he's here to do. I'm not a trending topic. I'm just here to let y'all know. And look what happened to BLM after To Pimp a Butterfly. I'm just saying, look, it's the flows. It's the hunger. He wants it so bad. And it's from somebody who has money. We usually don't see people who are that filthy rich that they can go away and they can just be paid, that come back with this level of just wanting it the most. And I don't think people understand that. The hardest part about these artists is getting them to want it that bad. And to me, I just feel like Kendrick got sick and tired of watching people think that they're better than him, that they want it more than him, that they deserve it more than him. None of those things exist in Kendrick Lamar's world. And he's here to speak to 2 people exactly. Drake and Kanye West. Because in his next flow and his next voice, which Kendrick just decided to go into all his voices and just to elevate his bag, My mental is amazing, brother. Pop off only on occasions, brother. Rich nigga mama know I made it, brother. Go figure, never caught cases, brother. Face it, brother. Gracious, brother. New flows come and be patient, brother. Show my ass and take y'all to class. I can multitask like Megan, brother. That's fire. I'm sorry, that show my ass and take y'all to class, like, this nigga snapping! 2021, I ain't taking no prisoner. Last year, y'all fucked up all the listener. Who went platinum? I call that a visitor. Who the fuck backing them? All been falsified. What I'm about to say, I'm not saying he's dissing Meg, but it does not surprise me that he brought up Meg right before that, because there were a lot of things that happened with Meg that were indicative of the machine, because Meg has signed to Roc Nation. And that's a bit of the machine. And I feel like when he's talking about all that happened last year, which was that a lot of the music industry was stuck up because it was stuck in a bad place. So last year was a lot of posturing. It was a lot of fake. It was a lot of garbage. Call it what it is. A lot of people hit a lick last year. So he's just letting y'all know last year was garbage. And if it happened last year, I don't count it. And he's right. Smoking on top fives. Motherfuck that album, fuck that single, burn that hard drive. Okay, well, come on. Whose album were we waiting on? Burn that shit. It's Drake. It's Drake. It's Drake. It's Kanye. It's all of them. Like, everything you guys have doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean nothing that you guys are anticipating. I will burn it. I will burn mine. I'll start over. I'll be better. When I come up killing everybody that's outside, who you with? Yeah, Kanye changed his life, but me, I'm still an old school Gemini. And really all that to me is a warning shot to Drake. You are fighting someone with no hands. Kanye don't have hands. Kanye, like whatever. Kanye will be as good as whatever he can decide to get. So if that's Pusha, that's Pusha. If that's his address he wants to leak, that's fine. But Kanye for the most part is trying to stay prayed up. Okay, that's what everybody knows that. But he's like, hey baby, I'll burn both of us to the ground, and as long as you hit the ground first, I win. Like, I don't know how anybody can see this as anything other than this is an address to Drake. To put this out right now, this CLB release, it does not surprise me that CLB is coming out the first week in the fourth quarter, basically, because duh, that's when it should. But then the way that the industry works and people know that, it doesn't surprise me that Kendrick chose this date to send that warning shot. I do think that Drake and Kendrick, Drake versus Kendrick, or however that may be, it will happen because Drake is regarded and revered as #1. I don't feel like Kendrick has a personal problem with Drake, but I do feel like Kendrick has a personal problem with Drake being seen as #1. And he has a problem with Kanye kind of thinking that he's the best, but realistically, I don't think Kendrick really cares. He's like, what, that nigga crazy, who cares? But I really think that this is about Kendrick saying it's not personal. I'm smoking on anybody in your top 5, whoever's in your top 5. But there's one person that's in everybody's top 5 right now. And who is that? The guy with the album next week. So back to CLB. What am I looking forward to in CLB? I am looking forward to hear if Drake is going to acknowledge in any way Kendrick Lamar. Do I think he will? No. Why? Because last time he got goaded into having an exchange with somebody, it didn't go well. The Pusha release, then Duppy, then the story of Adidon. I don't think Drake wants to go second anymore because it feels like you're getting set up to get dunked on. So I don't think he's gonna go second, but if he does allude to it, baby, we about to be entertained because let me tell you, Kendrick Lamar, this the hunger in his soul, in his spirit that money can't take, that just relentless dog in him out. There's no amount of money that's gonna replace that hunger. And that right there is all I need. Bloodsport, fucking Bloodsport. That's rap. Now let's talk about it. Now let's talk about who's rapping. Now let's talk about who really wants it. Now let's let the women do it too. Let's not constantly be like, oh, well, they don't have to be friends. No, they don't. Now let's see what's really good. Because now a rapper has come through and has knocked on the door and has torn it down and said, all right, now we rapping. If we're rapping, then let's rap. And I don't know if anybody wants to rap with them. And if they don't, then they should shut up. Because then Kendrick's gonna expect his things and is gonna expect to be in everybody's top 5. And honestly, he's gonna expect to be top 1. If you can't lyrically put somebody in Kendrick's lane, if you can't lyrically compare somebody to Kendrick, then guess what? They ain't in this conversation. So we ain't talking about Meek right now, then Meek ain't in that conversation. If we can't talk about Ross when we're bringing up Kendrick, then Ross ain't in that conversation. Who are we in that conversation? Whose name do you put next to Kendrick's? That's how you know it's a top 5. I don't know if people feel that way about Drake. And I'm a Drake stan. I love Drake. I love Drake's emotional realness and I love Drake's emotional rawness. But are we gonna get hunger? Kendrick's gonna make Drake address hunger. And CLB doesn't sound like hunger. It sounds like pretty girl music. And although that's nice, everybody ain't playing pretty girl right now, Drake. So let's figure it out. Anyway, let me know how you feel about Donda. All right, you guys got to tell me how you feel about Donda in totality. If you guys care, if you'll listen back, tell me what songs you put in your playlist, because I put a couple in mine, but I want to hear from you, and then we're going to talk about that after. I'll be in the comments talking. You guys let me know how you feel about Drake and CLB and the anticipation, and what do you want to see on CLB, and what do you feel like is going to happen. But we'll be back soon because that album will be out on Friday, and you guys let me know how you feel about Kendrick and Baby Keem, and Kendrick versus Drake, or who you think Kendrick was talking to, or why Kendrick put this out, and why Kendrick put this out right now. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and never forget, there are no such thing on this planet as good or bad people, just complicated stories. Catch you next time.